log on at home. How are you? It was a beautiful day today, wasn't it? Supposed to be raining, but it was beautiful. Terry got the lawn mowed, and that got me thinking, because we've got some gardening that we need to do, some preparing of the soil, and that got me thinking about things that we prepare for. I'm preparing to dig in my garden so that I can get some beautiful plants. So I have to dig out the weeds and prepare the soil so that the beautiful plants don't get choked and not be able to grow. So that's how I prepare my garden, by digging up the soil. But there's other things we prepare for, isn't there? Maybe you prepare to go to see your sporting team. Maybe football, or maybe something else. And when you prepare to see your sport, what do? You might dress in the colours of your favourite sport side so that people know, oh, you go for that team. Or you might have some streamers or pom-poms to cheer on your team. And so you prepare by bringing along whatever you're doing to cheer on your team. Okay, so what about going for a walk? It's a beautiful day today. I would have loved to have gone for a walk. To go for a walk, you would need to prepare, wouldn't you? You'd need to put on your hat so you don't get burnt, and wear some sunscreen so that you don't get burnt. And that's how we prepare to go for a walk, because otherwise we get red as lobsters. What about playing games inside? Now I've got this board game here. To prepare to play the game, we'll need to read the rules, won't we? So that we know how to play properly and we're not making up things as we go. That gets people very frustrated, doesn't it? So we prepare to play by reading the rules. Well, in our lesson today from the Bible, we are going to hear about a man called John. Now, this man named John, we already heard about 2 chapters ago. In Luke chapter 1, we heard about his parents being really, really old and didn't think they could have children, but God had a different idea. And so now in chapter 3 of Luke, we hear about John again. But he isn't a baby this time. He's grown up and he's living out in the wilderness. And the Bible tells us even what he eats. The Bible tells us that he eats wild honey and locusts, which is like grasshoppers. The Bible even tells us what he would wear. The Bible tells us that he wears camel hair. That'd be very itchy and scratchy, wouldn't it? Don't think I would like to wear camel hair. But the Bible also tells us that God had a special plan for John. And that was to prepare the way for Jesus. Now, when he was preparing the way for Jesus, that didn't mean that he got his tools out and made a road. No. It meant that he went around and he told people that they needed to turn from doing the wrong thing, going their own way, turn around and go God's way. And that there was someone coming that was going to save them. There was someone coming that was even more special than you could ever think. He said, he's even more special that I'm not even worthy enough, that means I'm not even good enough to tie up his shoelaces. That's a servant's job in those days, to tie up people's shoelaces. And John is saying that he's not even good enough to do a servant's job for this special person. Do you know who the special person was? Jesus, that's right. So he was preparing the way for Jesus. And when the people would hear John speak, they would go, oh yeah, we don't want to go our own way. We want to go God's way. We want to get ready because the kingdom is near. And they'd say, what can we do? And John would say, stop doing your old life, turn around and go God's way in a new life. So, as a sign of that, the people would go into the river and John would dunk them under the river, under the water and back up again. And that's called baptism. And he would baptize them, which is a sign, just a sign to tell them, to show them that they had left their old life and they're starting a new life. So John was pointing to Jesus. That's how he prepared the way for Jesus. How do we prepare the way for Jesus? Well, we need to read this, don't we? We need to read our Bible. So in your pack today, there'll be a passage out of the Bible so that you can read it and learn more about going God's way. I hope that I can see you in real life at Log On Live real soon. But until then, bye for now.